As of right now, Angel Reese is better. I'm sorry. As of right now, Angel Reese is better.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
It's a good question.
Yeah,
Brandon,
we
you want
can't,
one
we
quick
can't, we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Existential update. First of all, how are you doing? My name's Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is a World 5K subs. This has been the most successful month for me on YouTube in terms of numbers since I moved back from Mississippi, which was about 2.5 years ago, nearly 3 years. In a couple months, it's going to be the 3 year mark that I moved back to Atlanta. And in that, it really just highlighted how unsatisfied I am with my results, how unsatisfied I am. I wouldn't even say results because I feel like that makes it seems like it's on the audience. It's all me. Like I'm just very disappointed in the type of quality and things that I've been providing to everybody since I moved back to Atlanta. So I do want to apologize and I want to say like stuff is getting back on the right track. You know, one of the first people to kind of like always like instill with me like, yo, what you're doing is like not okay. Like you're robbing us was Joel. And I know Joel hates when I say his name on the channel, but it's just the truth. Like Joel, he was like someone that was always like, yo, like get back on the camera, bring back the green screen, bring back the microphone. Let's do this the right way. Let's get the background right. And I was just like, Joe, I'm just so busy with this job. I'm doing what I can when I can record. It's just like, like people are with the rise of the game, uh, people are really building audiences and followings and stuff like that, and you're getting left behind. You started it all. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. So shout out to Joe, first of all. And then second, Kita. Shout out to Kita. Kita Love Sports. You guys might know her. I might pop her channel somewhere here. If I don't, it's because I just didn't edit this video and I apologize for that. That's a part of the problem. But Kita Love Sports, 18,000 subscribers in a year. Uh, I just really like how she does things and how crisp her stuff looks from the thumbnails to like the live stream and the quality. Like it comes from a camera and a microphone. So I was just asking her some tips on like, do you have someone doing your thumbnails? Do you have and she like broke it down for me like immediately. She responded to my email probably within 15, 30 minutes. Never spoken to her in my life, never met her or anything. And she just gave me paragraphs of game and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that, Kita. And because you didn't have to do that, you could have totally get gate kept. And regardless of how far I make it in this thing of making a second push at it and making sure that I do it the right way for you all and not rob you guys anymore, I'm always gonna shout you out because I just appreciate all the game. So changes are coming soon. I have to fix some stuff. That's another reason why I've been kind of, I guess, bootlegging it for the past year and a half on like half a leg. But proverbial speaking, of course, like in that or how you what's the word for it? You guys see Aubrey Plaza tore ACL playing knockout. It's funny, like comedians, their job is to make us laugh. I don't even know if Aubrey Plaza is like their traditional comedian because she doesn't do stand up, but she's like obviously, I feel like one of the more funnier people. Is this a hot take to call Aubrey Plaza one of the funniest people of our generation? Because she doesn't do stand up. She just like shows her funny through her characters, even if they're serious roles, and then she shows her funny through late night television show interviews that are only like 5, 6 minutes at a time. But I'll go on a limb and say Aubrey Plaza is one of the funniest people in our generation. Anyways, with Aubrey Plaza being extremely hilarious, she tore her ACL playing a game that doesn't take that much athleticism. It's just shooting and chasing after the ball, rebounding and running back and shooting again. It's crazy. Um, so yeah. But I didn't mean that literally when I was talking about the leg. I meant like with my equipment and stuff because it's breaking down. It's been breaking down the past couple years, but I'm getting it fixed. Put in the orders and stuff like that for today, and had to get the camera fixed as well. And I'm gonna be doing this thing the right way. So hold me to it. I've been yapping for the past 5 minutes. I don't have a time here. So let's get into it. All-Star weekend. Shout out to Alicia Gray. First things first, man. Home team, bringing home the skills competition, skills challenge, and the 3-point contest, winning both of those. and also being the leading scorer for the team WNBA in the first half of the All-Star game tonight. Great showing from Alicia Gray. Stepped up pretty much what she's done all season for the Dream with Ryan Howard out for an extended period of time, Jordan Canada out for an extended period of time. Alicia had to really step up for Atlanta. It hasn't worked out, hasn't necessarily calculated into wins, transformed into wins, but she's definitely done her part on the offensive end of the ball. Where do I want to go? Angel Reese. I guess I'll go Angel Reese. Angel Reese, her trip to Atlanta.
Stayed here last year with the OTE experience. Just what was it like playing in Atlanta?
Yeah, it feels like a family in here. I mean, they playing the music that they play at the family reunion, at the cookout. So I was feeling it in warm-ups for sure. But the atmosphere in here is just unbelievable. Being able to be loved on the road is always super special. Being able to see so many people with the LSU jerseys on, Chicago Sky jerseys on, with my jersey on, and my teammates is just super cool. So I'm really happy for women's sports right now.
Did the 30-minute Caitlin Clark trip to Atlanta thing. So I felt like it was only right with Angel Reese. And plus, like, I definitely think it's important with Angel Reese because I don't think people it's difficult to gauge it online on the internet because you have some people that are Angel Reese fans and you have Caitlin that are Caitlin fans, but a lot of numbers you can, contribute directly to Caitlin. And I don't know. It just feels like the case you've had to put more of an effort in to give the case that Angel Reese been having the same type of impact on the league and everything like that. I saw it firsthand in person. Like I said, even with the Caitlyn thing, seeing her every night, all record breaking, other than the Lakers game or the Sparks game, excuse me, and crypto when she packed it out and Ashton Kutcher was courtside waiting for her after the game and gave her a hug and all of these things. Even that it was still like a shock to see it in person and especially in State Farm Arena. And I felt like Angel could have been in State Farm as well. We actually spoke to Morgan Parker Shaw before the game, a few media members. She was walking by and I just kind of stopped there and I was like, why isn't this game in the larger arena? And I told her it was off the record. And if you're like, oh, well, why are you telling us? Because after she gave us that answer, she said something else. And then I was like, and she's like, no, I want people to know that. Like, you can say that. So she was talking about, I don't know if someone's going to clip this and make this a big deal. I kind of hope it isn't. Y'all just keep it on the YouTube. But if y'all want to clip it or whatever, just credit me. She told us that they were looking in the Metro Atlanta area for, once their kind of agreement with Gateway runs out in College Park, because she was like, as the game grows, it's kind of she didn't say this. This is me talking, so I'll say this. It's kind of obvious we've outgrown our home here. And then so she said she's just looking for a place, or the franchise is looking for a place where they can build a new facility or new arena, I guess, for the Atlanta Dream. So I don't know if they're gonna end up just going to Gwinnett and just playing in Gwinnett, or if they're actually gonna build their own original Atlanta Dream home. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's what she said, and she was just like, the ticket sales for Caitlin and Indiana, they literally went in a matter of seconds. And a couple minutes after that was Vegas and Chicago. So they kind of just went off of how quickly the ticket sales went. And that's why Angel was in Gateway, which is about 3,000, 3,500 or 2,500, whatever the capacity is, but it's lower than 5,000 and probably lower than 4,000 over there in College Park, Georgia, next to the Atlanta Airport, Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in College Park, Georgia. Yeah. So that's what's going on there. What happened with that? Angel. So her expected time for the pregame media was 5:45 to 6 o'clock. And so I left my office in Midtown Atlanta, 4:45. I left at 4:45, the office. Got to my crib, left the crib. I'm on the road at 5. Didn't get there until 5:45. It's usually a 20-minute drive, but the traffic added 30 minutes. And I think I probably cut 5 minutes just from like, yeah, I'm late. So I get there at 5:45. I walk in and walk down to the court. I see Angel, people shooting her and stuff like that. I mean, like B-roll, recording video and stuff. And so, like, I'm doing the same thing. And then I set up, getting out the mic. They're like, she already spoke, right? I said, what you mean? They said she already spoke. She finished right like 3 minutes before you got here. So I'm like, bruh, she must have did a 5:30 to 5:45 when they said 5:45 to 6. And I was like, oh, my life is over because what if they lose and what if they come back and by that time she's already, she's not playing or I don't know. Thinking of all these things. My life's over. That's how I was feeling about it before the game. So, um, long story less long. It's just a horde of people just following Angel wherever she was going, bro. It's like following with their eyes. And it was kind of the same thing with Camilla, but it was a little more exaggerated with Angel. And she just played it so well. She handles it so well. Angel is what, 22? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. She was way more nice, way more polite, and she handles that fame well, bro. Like, I feel like on the internet and from afar, especially at LSU at the end when she was just kind of complaining about her newfound fame and stuff like that, seemed like she was like just a bit immature. She had lot of room for growth. Even early on in Chicago, when she was talking to Chicago media members, and she was like, "I'm not going to tell you guys anything because you guys flip everything, and I hate you, and I'm going to my room, and don't talk to me again, mom. I'm running away from home." Like it was when she did that whole thing, I was like, "Oh my goodness, here she is again." But like Angel Reese is a very nice person, bro. Very nice, very respectful, very just cognizant of her position. She's very aware of who she is, where she is, what she means to the sport, what she means to the game, what she means to 2024. She knows what the heck going on, bruh. At 22 years old, bruh. There's a lot of kids in that situation. There's a lot of kids that have a type of platform like that and other things, whether it be acting, whether it be sports, who don't really know their impact at the moment. They don't know it until like 10 years later. And then they're like, dang, when people are still coming up to them in the grocery store talking about the role that they played when they were 14 years old. I guess I did have an impact on a role. Angel Reese knows her impact right now. And going to a black city like Atlanta, I knew it was going to be crazy. The fan support was going to be crazy. One thing I was surprised with was the demographics of her fans. It was a grown man out there, grown man, like, what I'm saying, suited and booted, like he's stepping or whatever to the club, because that's how people dress for, pro basketball games. Like you got to put some on. You can't come out too light, you know what I'm saying? Got to put something on nice, feel me? So people putting it on, everything like that at the game, grown man, dog, holding the LSU jersey, hoping that Angel Reese come back out the tunnel to sign up. Man, kid, I'm talking about not kids. I'm talking about teenagers, 17-year-olds, college students tripping over themselves, falling over the stands, and trying to run over to the edge to say, she did a little heart to them and didn't leave that tunnel. She had a couple friends in the tunnel. She talked to them and then she bounced. But to the people before the game, she stopped for every selfie, gave every autograph, much like Caitlin. Like Caitlin, she has a routine. She goes out, does a little pregame press conference, goes out, does her shoot around routine and everything like that, stretches with the trainer. And then someone hands her a pen. She goes one by one with every single person who wants an autograph. And she takes a couple selfies on her way back into the tunnel as well, because she knows who the heck she is, her impact on the game, and what the heck going on in 2024. Which is why I don't like that. That's a whole nother thing, because we haven't had those situations in a couple weeks. That was at the beginning of the season, Rashad. Angel Reese is really good, man. Um, I know I shouted out Joel and shout out UConn fans and UConn and everything like that. Y'all gonna be mad at me for this, but I watched both of them play, right? I watched Aaliyah Edwards play and I watched Angel Reese play. As of right now, Angel Reese is better. I'm sorry. As of right now, Angel Reese is better. And to make y'all even more mad, I'm gonna take it a step further. And I'm sorry, UConn. I know. I said I'm trying to get back on the good side and everything, but I had to be. I had to call a spade, right? Asia Wilson is currently better than Brianna. Asia Wilson's currently better than Stewie. Asia Wilson's the best player in the world, and she has been. It's been solidified since, I would say, the last final series. And a lot of people say, oh, the regular season, Angel Wilson was the clear MVP of the regular season, this and that. Nah, Stewie's still Stewie. You got to respect Stewie. But I think Angel Wilson got it, like hands down now. Angel Wilson better than Stewie, and on the rookie level, Angel Reese is better than Aaliyah Edwards. I'm sorry. Sorry, UConn fans have to call a spade a spade. I watched both of them play in person. Angel Reese is really freaking good. And Mom, I'm sorry if you're watching and you heard me say freaking. Angel Reese is really good at basketball. I'm not going to lie to you. She has a knack for the ball. She has a fire and a determination to win. You see it on the offensive boards, the way she grabs them. And like she said, y'all seen the post game press conference? She said, yeah. And they all weren't, putbacks. They all weren't offensive rebounds like everybody else was saying.
Bounce tonight. What was going so well for you on the boards?
Okay.
19.
Oh, okay. And it wasn't all offensive like people say.
Oh.
Yeah, like what, 19 rebounds in that game? What the heck? Angel Reese, what the heck wrong with you? Tonight in All-Star game, she had a double-double. What the heck? What going on, Angel Reese? You a nutcase, boy. What the heck? Freak of nature, bro. Undersized. Came in with no jump shot. I said, okay, all right. You might be able to get all them rebounds against some 5'5" girls in the SEC. But when you get to them grown women, them Brittany Grinders, them John Quell Joneses, them Zoop Delues, them Ezzy Magadors, them Bree Joneses, it's a whole different game, sister. And boy, did she tell me I was wrong. Against the Tina Charles, who's back in the league. Welcome back, Tina. Against the Cheyenne Parkers. And yes, the Cheyenne Parker Tides, excuse me. Throw some respect on that man name. She proved me wrong, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. And she graduated on time. She proved me wrong twice. And she was nice and polite and respectful to everybody. She proved me wrong 3 times. She got a star quality to her, man. Much like Caitlyn just got a magnet, everything like that, and the eyes on her and stuff like that, and she handling it well and stuff like that. The same thing with Angel Reese, bro. But the love, like, it's in gateways, so it's way smaller and way more intimate. But the love of them folks was so passionate, bro. It was probably the same amount of passion. Caitlyn and Angel, probably the same amount of passion. I can't even lie to y'all, man. Same amount of passion between those two fan bases. Caitlyn, obviously, I would say had more because she's in a larger arena. And she packed it out. But Angel, bro, you can't deny the Angel Reese effect, especially on the black demographic, the black girls demographic, to be even more specific, for black girls and black boys. But they're doing this mostly primarily for black girls. Her and Asia Wilson are doing something amazing, man. And salute to Asia as well. Okay. What else do I want to say before I get into it? Rookie of the year. I think rookie of the year at the beginning of the year, it was someone that wasn't even, I wouldn't even said maybe like Caitlyn or Angel. I forgot who I said it. I said it in a video with Mark, right? So that was Caitlyn and Angel at the beginning of the year. I had someone that wasn't even them. And then we get into, I think it was probably Cameron Brink. Yeah, I think it was probably Cameron Brink. So we get into the year. Caitlyn figures it out. And now both of them are kind of gone. Angel and Caitlyn, I'm referring to when I say both of them. I was leaning more towards Angel, especially when she had that double-double streak and she came through Atlanta in the middle of it and had 19 rebounds and like 14 points. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. And this was after me watching both of them in person. I had the edge to Angel Reese. But then Angel kind of tailed off as the double-double streak ended, even though it only ended because she had 8 points. This is crazy. 8 points and like 11 rebounds in the game, and then she came right back and then had another double-double. But Caitlyn was balling out, bro. She was figuring it out. She was just tightening up on a lot of those mistakes that she made the first time. It's kind of like, it was like watching Trey Young covering him his rookie year. And then, asking him what was going so right because he started becoming Trey Young that we see now and stuff on the court. And he was just saying it's my second, third time seeing a lot of these same teams. So I'm starting to learn the schemes, starting to pick up their personnel and their rosters and their tendencies and everything like that. And that's how I was like, I could just read it. I could see it before it happens. That's exactly what we're seeing right now with Caitlin Clark. Just the second time, third time seeing a lot of these teams, she's figuring it out. Okay, they're gonna trap me here. Okay, they're gonna force me. They're gonna cut me off left, going left with this left leaning jumper, and they're gonna force me to go right in this pick and roll and pocket pass, as Rebecca Lobo was talking about tonight during the All Star game. We're gonna live with that, or et cetera, et cetera. She's figuring it out, man. And you saw it with that 19 assist game. I was just talking about Angel Reese 19 rebounds. You had to bring up Caitlin Clark's 19 assist game. And as of right now, at the break, I have the rookie of the year. My rookie of the year is going to Caitlin Clark. And I won't say that it's like what other people have said on the internet. Like I've seen like columnists say, it's Caitlin Clark and it's not even close. And she's also the league's best point. Let's relax, buddy. Uh, I think Caitlin is the top 5 point guard right now in the W, and I do think it's close. The Rookie of the Year race. I still think the Rookie of the Year race is close, but it's currently Caitlin has the edge. A couple weeks ago, I would say Angel has the edge, but right now Caitlin has the edge. Obviously, they have a whole nother half of the season to go, so it's probably going to continue trade, and whoever it is at that moment is probably going to get it, unless there is a co-MVP thing. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if anybody want to see that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like it's been blood between these two fan bases, ever since college, and I don't know if people want to see a co-MVP. But anyways, they played together tonight for the first time and it was pretty exciting. It was kind of cool. Caitlin was just a couple assists, maybe one assist shy of Sue Bird's record with 11 assists in the All Star game. She broke the rookie record. I think Angel Reese was close to the rookie record of 11 rebounds in an All Star game, and the all time record was 14. I have to see if Angel actually broke that. Let me look at that real quick, y'all. Let me look at that real quick. This message is brought to you by I'm just kidding. Where are we at? I'm also worried about USA. There's so many topics to talk about. Stewie had 31 and 10. Asia had 22 and 6. I know the UConn fans are gonna point that out to me in the video that I say Asia Wilson better. Arika had 34 and 31 minutes, bro. She scored all of those in the second half. Y'all, excuse me. That's ridiculous. Angel Reese had 11 rebounds, so she tied the rookie record for rebounds in the game. She had 12 points and 11 rebounds. And Caitlin Clark had, let me see how many assists she had. Caitlin Clark had 10 assists, so she was one assist shy. She got into her passing bag tonight. She been showing off her passing. Obviously, if you've been watching the reactions, you know that's something that Caitlin can do extremely well. The shooting and the bombs, they get the attentions and the highlights, but the passing is just crazy. Like the look ahead, the outlets, the long cross court passes, like she got it, bro. The no looks that she got it for sure. Team USA. Team USA men and women. Oh yeah. I guess I'll bring up Bronny at the end to cap it off. Team USA men and women today, they both was like, all right, what we doing now? Stars Bank, what we doing now? Shout out to Sudan. Shout out to South Sudan, man. Shout out to Luau Dane. Shout out to the Thom brothers. Shout out to who else from Sudan? They was like the Bowl family. Shout out to Bowl. Long live Manute Bowl, the GOAT of tall people. Who else do I want to shout out? Anyway, shout out to Sudan, man. Gave the US a game. They had a pretty substantive lead in the second half, early in the second half. And then US came back with a crazy run to end the third quarter to take the lead back. And it was LeBron and Curry just doing LeBron and Curry things. And the fourth quarter comes, and them jokers still came back and still took a lead with 20 seconds left. Them boys is tough. LeBron had to save them boys with a finger roll with 8 seconds left. And then they had to get a last second start with AD down there on the post. Boy, what the heck? USA get it together, man. Men and women. Women, they was actually playing against, the W. And it was a good game in that first half. It was a good game. In second half, Enrique just had it going. But not only did she have it going, she started skipping. She started hezzying and looking, and that's what she started doing out there. Like it's a regular all-star game. And she just kept scoring. Jackie Young, can in your face. It don't matter. Enrique, you different, bro. Enrique is different. She's shrieky. She's shrieky with the best of them. But boy, when that thing gone, boy, it's a work of beauty. It's a work of art. She's like a more talented J.R. Smith. Shout out to J.R. Smith, man. I hope you're doing well. And you an intelligent young man, you know what I'm saying? Had a 4.0 at A&T while on the golf team. No motivation in the world to have straight A's in your classes, but you did. You were a millionaire already and you still, what I'm saying, went out there, put in that work to get that 4.0. So salute to J.R. Smith. Speaking of Swish and that entire family, let's get into Bronny, bro. Now, a lot of the WNBA viewers might be dropping if you're here for the WNBA. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for your patience. And I apologize for the quality lately. The camera will be fixed soon. The laptop will be fixed soon. And we'll be back in business, baby. Believe that. Bronny James. So I think the move is dope, first of all, to draft him. I don't think he's as bad as people are saying. Like I literally watched a man with my own eyes in high school. It's a pretty decent player, above average high school varsity player. And in college, he didn't play that much because he was coming from a faulty heart. Like his heart stopped beating, bro. I don't know if it gets more serious than that. His heart stopped beating. So, but I think, I also agree with people's counterparts to that. Don't enter the freaking league if your heart stopped beating less than a year ago. Give it another year at college. Clean up your game and have the season that you should have had as a freshman, and then go into the league. But hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At the end of the day, Bronny is good enough to be in the NBA. If his last name wasn't James, if his name wasn't LeBron James Jr., he's still good enough to get in the NBA. Now, do I think the path would have been different? Correct. Think he probably would have stayed 2, 3 years in college, got up through second round, two-way, worked his way up through the G League, eventually got into the league, probably a bench player, and then, kind of a reserve player moving up into a bench role by the end of his career, by the end of his peak in the NBA. That's what I saw Bronny James being if his name wasn't LeBron James Jr. Now that it is LeBron James Jr., he's on the team and they gave him all these reps. I'm so glad that he finally started making shots to shut y'all up. I'm so glad because that was a very annoying discussion and back and forth and discourse and things of that nature. Speaking of, Alex Sarr, boy, you got the nerve to say you don't want to go somewhere and play like that. You know you ought to be ashamed of yourself as grown as you is with them braids in your head, boy. You think the A gonna let you disrespect the Hawk? I got that from a tweet. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't take credit for it. Shout out to the man that tweeted that. But yeah, Alex, sorry you tripping, bro. Josh Giddey, you out of pocket. Even in Chicago, they sent you to the home of R. Kelly, and probably for good reason. You out of pocket, Josh Giddey. Shout out to Alex Caruso. Shout out to Caruso. Shout out to the OKC Thunder. Shout out to Russell Westbrook getting that buyout once again from the Utah Jazz, a Utah Jazz legend, 2-time now, on his way to Denver and the Nuggets. Shout out to Nikola Jokic. Shout out to Nikola Jokic. Shout out to Nikola Jokic. Shout out to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Shout out to Serbia. Shout out to Canada. Is there anything else that I want to get into with this? I don't know if anybody on here that's still watching cares about my take on Zaccharie Ricochet. I like them. I like the moves that the Hawks are making. If you're into this deep, I have some Hawks people on here and stuff like that because of my background, but I really like what the Hawks are doing this offseason. They're building a solid team around Trey. Not the biggest names, not the flashiest names, but the necessary people, the necessary pieces that they've been missing for a very, very long time. They've been kind of chasing the 2021 moment ever since 2021 happened. It ain't gonna happen. You can't strike lightning twice. You got to move on and build something different. And I feel like the Atlanta Hawks are doing an amazing job of that right now. Amazing, it might be a stretch. I say a good job of doing that right now. You just have to be patient as Hawks fans. New Orleans has always had a talented team roster to me. They've always had like big names and people who are like, all right, don't sleep on the Pelicans now. You just have to kind of wait to see who's healthy come playoff time. Is Ingram going to be healthy? Is Zion going to be healthy? Is Ingram still going to be on the team? The Atlanta Hawks turned down Kobe Buffkin for Pascal Siakam last offseason. And the more he gets hurt, it doesn't get better. Speaking of Zaccharie Ricochet, one thing with him, he literally just played a season. So that's like one excuse I can give him. He's coming off of another season and things of that nature. But Kobe Buffkin, I pray for that man. Hope he's drinking his milk, strengthening his bones because, yeah, buddy, that move is going to look really bad for the Atlanta Hawks in a couple years. If Kobe done put it together, stay healthy and show the world the player he's capable of being. And the buzz that we've been getting around Atlanta is people on the grounds close to the basketball courts, dribble, 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 that he's supposed to be some type of SGA prototype. So we'll see what happens. I think that's it. That's all I want to get into. Bronny deserves to be in the league. He would have been in the league eventually if his name wasn't LeBron James Jr. And they're rushing it, but he's figuring it out. And yeah, that's a cool story. Shout out to my dad. Seeing him tomorrow. And that's it, man. That's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Return to the channel. I'm worn out. It's 12:08. That's another reason when I'm worn out, I can't even hide it on the camera. I'll be low energy and it's not the best product for you guys. But I'm trying to figure it out. Just work with me here. Just be patient with me as I try to come back and figure out the YouTube game until next time.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
you
want one quick question?
Hey, Rashad.